Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and I'm picking up where I left off in Doki Doki Electric Club Plus. Get past the metaverse screen here. Figure I might as well show this part as part of the stream. Gives a little extra time to settle in and maybe for people to show up, I guess, rather than just jumping right into it. Anyway, yeah, hope to, still trying to 100% this thing, so I'm going to finish off Natsuki's route and Yuri's route today, I hope. Maybe I'll get into Act 2. We'll see. Alright, without further ado, here we go. Let's write a poem. Let's try to figure out all the Natsuki words. So I think sticky is one, lollipop. All the sweet candy-related ones. Doki Doki. Cheeks. Bunny. Bouncy. Fluffy. I think heartbeat might be. Maybe cloud. No, I think clouds might be Sayori. Jumping might also be Sayori. I'm leaning towards heartbeat. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Kiss. Kawaii. Which I understand is Japanese for cute or something like that. One of those things I've learned since joining the DDLC community. Valentine might be Sayori word. This could be one where there's no Natsuki words here. I want to see if I can get full like 20 Natsuki words for all three poems to see if, I don't know, like because there's an achievement for doing it once. Maybe there's an achievement for doing it 3 times. I honestly don't know. I'm not sure if any of these are Natsuki words. Sometimes it's just lucky to draw, you just don't get any. Music? Ah, darn it. Okay, I'm reloading. It restarts the music when you do that. Silly, I think, is a Sayori word. Cheeks. Giggle? One of the words on that screen there is interesting. Papa is one of the words, which is one of Natsuki's words, which is interesting. I probably should have selected the word to show that. Games, peace. Peace? Okay. Sticky. Poof. Puppy. Skirt. Things like hair and skirt, I guess they're supposed to be like girly things or something. Jump. Sweet. Wait, sweet Sayori? Darn it. Hold on, I can do this. And Sunda's here. Hey, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Anime. I'm trying to get 20 Natsuki root words again. Giggle. Silly? I think silly is a Sayori word. I think bliss might also be a Sayori word. Oh, lollipop, there you go. Pink. This raindrops, marriage. Darn it. I don't think any of these are Natsuki words. Sometimes... should I be saving it as I go? I don't know. I don't know if that works in this. Lipstick. Yeah. Chocolate. Email. Email. Cute. Yeah, see, there's Papa. And interestingly, Papa is a Natsuki word. So, boop. Kitty. Okay, I'm gonna save it just because I'm curious. Like, you know, call it a test. Because I'm wondering. Oh, there might not be any ribbon. Now, if I load the save game, does that? Yeah, reloading the save game restarts. That's what I thought. Yeah, it's the same. That's the same as the Renpai version. Darn it. Okay. Yeah, just curious. Giggle. Nope, just reloading. None of those are Natsuki words, I can tell at a glance. Papa, Nibble, Bunny, Socks, Skirt. None of those are Natsuki words. Parfait, marshmallow, puppy, socks, chocolate, pout, vanilla, hop. Cancer Cat, hello, been grinding to 100% in DDLC Plus and I only have one secret poem left. Hey, good. That's cool, that's cool. So this be a daily thing. I guess that's what I seem to be doing. I'm just kind of I just want to get to the new content, you know? I guess I've just been a little eager lately. Bunny. Email. Milk. I think silly is Sayori. Nibble. Kitty. Skirt. Lipstick. Cute. Hair. Candy. Candy might be Sayori. Swimsuit. Okay, last one. Can we do this? Poof. There you go. Hitting the 111 roll sucks though. I've done like 8 runs, so I'm well over odds. So each run is 3 chances. Alright. Just gonna save over that just in case I just screw something up. Alright, here we go. Oh wait, I can just skip this. Right, because this is the whole cookie bit. We've already been over this. We'll just skip to the new content. Or, well, not new, but you know, stuff that I haven't read in this session. Natsuki just comes up to us, I guess. So not long before Natsuki comes up to me expectantly. Yeah, don't worry, I kept my promise. Pull the first volume of Parfait Girls out of my bag. Natsuki takes it from my hands, then quickly turns it over, presumably to check for wrinkles. Hey, I'm not that careless. I handle manga all the time, you know. I just wanted to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't give people my manga every day, you know. And that's true. I don't blame you. Well, anyway, let me put this one back. I'm gonna get the next one, okay? Natsuki makes her way to the closet. I follow. So, you're gonna tell me everything you thought, right? Where did this volume leave off again? I forget. Ah, the chapter ended when Minori and Alice found... Oh, hey, there is another character named Minori and Alice? Anyway. Monica! Natsuki's voice resonates out from inside the closet. Eh? I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up on the top shelf. Did you move my manga again? Sorry. The teacher got mad at me for taking up so much space in her closet, so I had to move some stuff around and clean up a little bit. It's all still there, I just had to organize it a bit. The top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. She makes a futile hop trying to figure out how to reach her mug, so that little hop is cute. Jeez, this is so inconvenient. I'm moving these all back down. Instantly, that's not. Oops. I was going to say there's another indicator that sometimes Natsuki does use long words like inconvenient. Anyway, there's plenty of room on these shelves. Besides, they're really pretty to look at when they're all lined up. Why would you waste that on the top shelf? Natsuki, there's a stool on the wall there. In the closet, there's a collapsible stool that's hanging on the wall. Natsuki was cleaning his sweets. Yep. If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you. I can get them myself. Natsuki grabs the stool from the wall and unfolds it. You think I'm too short or something? I mean, I knew it. Well, you know what? Just watch me. Natsuki hops onto the stool, which ends up being a little wobbly because of its collapsible design. Careful. I know what I'm doing. I guess she says no spoilers, but I think you'll really like the new stuff. Cool. Glad to hear it. Can't wait. Standing on the stool, Natsuki's fingertips reach the top shelf. The stool would be enough for me to easily grab the books, but Natsuki's being stubborn as usual. Natsuki uses her fingers to scoot one of the smaller boxes to the edge of the shelf. See? Yeah! The box suddenly tips. Natsuki barely catches it before it falls to the floor. The stool wobbles. Losing balance. Natsuki hops off the stool. Thankfully, she was able to stay on her feet. Kissy Cat says, funnily enough, I've gotten this full Sayori route like 4 or 5 times by just mashing through the poem game, but that makes sense since she has the highest amount of preferred words. Yeah, it is balanced to favor Sayori, and in fact, if you get any equal scores, it defaults to Sayori. Like equal number of points. You use word complexity words and new eyes. Well, fair enough. I mean, New Eyes did a lot of things that were different from canon, but this add one more. I just got Sayo day 1 and the run just started filming out. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. She's able to stay on her feet. She holds the box triumphantly. There. Having almost fell, Natsuki's a bit shaken up. Jeez, no need to prove yourself to me. There's no way you'll be able to get the bigger boxes like that. I can reach them, so just... I said I can do it. I don't want your help, okay? I'm gonna get a chair. Just hang on. Yeah, there's Natsuki being... she always feels like she has something to prove. It's part of her insecurities. Part of her character. Anyway, Natsuki forces her way past me out of the closet. I see. Costume chairs have the desks attached, so they're too inconvenient to fit into the closet. By the way, fun fact, in the actual background, the chairs aren't attached. I'll show you when I get back to that, but anyway. Aha! Natsuki trots over to the teacher's desk, which is a computer chair behind. There's that word, trots, again. Sayori trots, Natsuki trots. Anyway, computer chair behind it. She rolls it on its wheels back over to the closet. It's a little dangerous since the chair swivels and rolls. But I've already learned my lesson, so I keep my mouth shut. You guys says add one more. Oh yeah, I think equal number is random since I purposely did a combo that had 40, 40, 40 points and ended up getting Yuri. Well, they actually, I've having done modding, and I've seen the behind the scenes thing that each word has a score for each of the girls. Like it gives either 1, 2, or 3 points for each girl. It is possible to have one person have the most words, like have a little cheapy jump, but not actually win, because some of them you might get unlucky for the words that gives people 2 points. Like if it makes the little cheapy jump, that means that girl got 3 points, but it still gives the other 2 girls a point or 2. So yeah, like for instance, like for Sayori's words, even though they all give her 3 points, she has a mix of positive and negative words, and the negative words might give Yuri 2 points, and the positive words might give Natsuki 2 points. So the number of times you get the little chibi to jump isn't always an indicator of who won that poem game there. Anyway, yeah, I think I just got Yuri day 2 this run through. Yep, I was right. Different mods here, different people after all. You have ones that stick to canon or go completely off the path. Oh yeah. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if you make a mod, as soon as you write one word, you're already deviating from canon. So like, don't worry about canon so much. Canon's overrated. I know I've said that a bazillion times already, but like making mods is a chance to be creative and do things differently, and that's part of the fun of it. So. Anyway, moving on. Ash. Natsuki climbs onto the chair, then slowly bounces onto her feet. Since she refuses my help, I take a seat with my back against the side of the doorway and simply watch. Aha! There we go. There's the CG. See? I can easily do it now. Natsuki grabs a stack of manga and bends down to put it on the shelf below. Sorry. This method of combination took some resets, but yeah. Use the list in DDLC Plus's files. Oh, okay. I'm assuming it's the same list. Anyway, moving on. Wah! The chair swivels. Natsuki catches herself on the shelf. What are you doing? Can you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing? Who was it that told me not to help? Yeah, I got you. I hold the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. I can almost see up her skirt. Yeah, I forced myself to turn away. Natsuki seriously didn't think this through. Once she realizes, I'll be dead. Natsuki wraps her arms around the Parfait Girls box set, easily the largest one on the shelf. Heavy. Hey, Tormius. I don't think I can bend down without falling. Hurry and take this one. But then I have to let go of the chair. That's fine, just for a second. Hurry up. Alright. Let me just stand up. I slowly release my grip from the chair. What do you mean, stand up? Natsuki looks down at me. Why are you all the way back? Natsuki looks like she just realized something, but she'll lose her balance if she moves. Natsuki, the box! Okay, now, Mr. Salvato, was this intentional? Was this intentional? What are you looking at? And he answers, the box? Because the box is, it's a euphemism for a girl's private parts. Just saying. I honestly wonder about that. It might be a total coincidence, but it's just something that struck me when I was playing this. Anyway, moving on. What are you looking at? You're trying to look at my... Natsuki's legs shake. I'm not. It was just... Natsuki, don't try to move. Just give me the box. You perv. You set me up. Go away. Get out. But I'll do it myself. The chair suddenly swivels beneath Natsuki's feet. Natsuki! Yeah! The scene turns to chaos in a split second. The chair flies from under Natsuki's feet. Frantically, I try to catch her. The box topples out of her hands, then the books go flying. I got you! Crash. The full force of Natsuki's body against me throws me to the ground. A whole bunch of books pelt me in the face. Natsuki tries to shield herself with her own arms as her face lands straight in my chest. Ugh. My right arm and my back seriously felt the impact. Slowly, Natsuki comes to her senses. She presses her arms straight into me to prop herself up. Natsuki seems to realize that it's not the floor that's beneath her. Gross. My fist pounds into my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself to her feet. MC takes a real beating in this scene. What were you thinking, you sicko? Everything okay over there? I heard a loud noise. Monica suddenly peers in. Monica, see what happens when you put the manga on the top shelf? Are you trying to kill your club members or something? Dun dun dun, foreshadowing. Why, yes, actually. No, I'm kidding. Jeez. Sorry. Oh, and one more thing. It seems like your most recent club member is a total pervert, so I hope you're happy. I didn't... Somehow it's impossible for me to explain this whole bizarre situation to Monica. I didn't do anything, I swear. I know, don't worry. Monica says that quietly to me. Sometimes you are right about that. Mods aren't canonical to the story of DDLC. You can have canon story in it, but if you do any backstory in the girls, it's non-canon, depending on what you say, of course. Well, no, it's non-canon, period. It doesn't depend on what you say, as far as I'm concerned anyway. I mean, canon DDLC is canon DDLC. Like, whatever happened in the original game, that's what's canon. Right? Anything different is going to be different. Like, how much it lines up with, like, whatever you write, how much it lines up with the canon is going to vary, and different people have different interpretations of canon. Like, the example I'm fond of giving, even though even though it deals with a banned mod, like exit music, for instance. When it first came out, like, people hailed it as one of the best mods out there. And for the emotional story it tells. And then time passed, and lately the prevailing opinion is that everyone is so out of character that it's like unplayable now. And you know, for me, playing through it, like, I didn't care that they were out of character, because it's a mod, it's non-canon, they're allowed to be different. But my point is, people's opinions of what is canon changes over time. Like, people were fine with it at one time, and then later they weren't fine with it. Nothing changed in the mod, it's just public perception changed. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, when you say, like, when you said Sunder, when you said it's non-canon depending on what you say, of course. Well, I mean, it really kind of doesn't even depend on what you say. It depends more on what people think of it or what their interpretations are of it. You know, like, different people have very different ideas of you know, the way things quote unquote should be. You know, with respect to canon. Yep, anyway, moving on. Looks like I'm off the hook. Oh no. My... Eh? I look down. Natsuki is kneeling on the floor, holding one of the books that are scattered all over. There's a large diagonal crease along the page that she's desperately trying to smooth out. Oh no, not a crease. Ah, it must have landed on the page. Natsuki tries a bit more to fix the crease, but she can't get it out. Suddenly she gives up and slams the book shut and throws it to the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. Natsuki, are you... No. Natsuki's voice squeaks. You see tears on her face. I'll help get the crease out, okay? It's partially my fault, so... Natsuki shakes her head, still looking down. No. I don't even care that much. I'm just having a really bad day today. Natsuki sobs again. I didn't mean to take it out on you. I really didn't mean to. It's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? Natsuki shakes her head. Just every day is so hard. I just want to come to the club and... Natsuki falls silent again. I can't press her, so I can only do what I know how to do. And this is the kind of thing that opens up the fandom to all kinds of speculation. What is it that makes every day so hard for Natsuki? But yeah, the game doesn't really give any answers to that. There are some parts that you could say imply that she's abused at home, but the nature of the abuse, who knows? Like, whether it's you know, whether it's physical abuse or just like emotional abuse or intellectual abuse, or, you know, verbal abuse, like, who knows? Like, some mod authors take it to extremes. There are a lot of mods, a lot of them, that make Natsuki's bad out to be this, like, black and white, just total bad guy, you know, just evil character. Even like supervillain, like Brand New Day actually makes him a supervillain. You know, and, you know, our Final Heartbeat, the first one of the first mods ever made, made him like this big bad character. I don't know. I have a different take on him. I think it makes for more interesting drama if he isn't in like all the way bad guy. Oh, you know what? Purist Mod had an interesting take on him. It made him an actual character. It made him like a flawed person who you know, made some mistakes but still wants to do right by his daughter. And also, oh, there's another moment with you. Also had a very different take, which I can't say because it is spoilers, because you don't find out till the end. But it does have another interesting take on Natsuki's dad. Yeah. But yeah, in this scene, I don't think she doesn't even mention her dad. it does feed into a lot of fan theories. That's all my ramblings about here. Anyway, moving on. Out of character context can still be enjoyable for more accurate portrayals more, but it's all valid. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I try, like, in my own mods, I try my best. As much as I say canon doesn't matter, I do try to make them line up with canon as much as possible. I mean, I did do things that I am 100% sure that Dan did not intend. But I still at least make them so that they don't contradict anything that's explicitly expressed in the original text. Some of the certain hints in the main story, those are canon. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, moving on. Alright, well, I'll clean this up. And I'll move the rest of your manga for you. I pick up volume 2 of Parfait Girls. We'll set this one aside. This will help cheer you up a bit, right? We can get started on it once I'm done here. Natsuki looks up with her glossy eyes. Her lip quivers. You're really nice to me. Eh? Sounds really strange coming from Natsuki. I didn't expect it at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know? Natsuki lowers her head and stifles another sob. Not sure what happened to her today, but being nice is the least I could do. Yeah. In TLC, I made it her birthday on this day, and like her dad forgot. I guess that's a minor spoiler, but anyway, moving on. I haven't actually seen. I don't think I've seen any mods that do come up with something that happened on that day, at least not explicitly anyway. Moving on. The next couple of minutes are silent between us as I begin gathering the scattered books. Make sure to slip them into the box in the correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done, and I hoist the box onto the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then I get on the stool and quickly finish moving the rest of her books from the top shelf. Alright, that should do it. I hop off the stool. Natsuki averts her gaze. Thanks. It's nothing. Natsuki's holding the volume I set aside in her hands. Alright, I'm ready. Good. Even if you weren't, I'd make you anyway. You're taking responsibility for what you said. The thing about cheering me up. If you insist. She has this at this point I've gotten all of the special poems at least twice, except the written Sayori one and Happy Thoughts, which have gotten once each. The poem and Malika's Dreams are 3 to 4. So the RNG just isn't favoring you with that last poem, eh? Anyway, moving on. We sit in the same spot as last time, and I open the second volume. Natsuki's mood quickly improves, laughing and pointing things out to me. She's surprisingly sharp, making note of a lot of subtle repeated jokes and background elements. In the end, I'm pretty impressed by how everything ties together in this manga. I guess Natsuki has good taste after all. After some time, Malika gets our attention as usual, and it's time to share poems again. Guess I'll be holding on to this for now? Yep. Even you, Sam, were enthusiastic this time. Well, I'm starting to get into it, you know? Heh. Told you. Yeah. I turned to my seat and slipped the book into my bag. And it's time to share poems. Evil Dad Suki's popular because it gives a clear villain to replace Monica, even if Monica's a more sympathetic villain, if anything, though people see her as pure evil too. Yeah, Monica's a really polarizing character. People either love her or hate her with no in between. But I'll probably have a lot more to say about that when it gets to Act 3. and yeah, I think, I mean, what it comes down to is, well, frankly, the community is made up of amateur writers who don't necessarily have a lot of experience writing, and they don't necessarily, have the experience to put subtlety and nuance into their writing, so making someone all the way evil is just easier to write. rather than thinking about, oh, what are his motivations? Like, what is he trying to do? Why is he doing it? And you know, yeah, I tend to explore Natsuki's dad's character in the sequel to Storm, if I can ever get around to writing it. I seem to be focused on that Psionica mod lately. I just spent a good chunk of today working on that. So, yeah. Natsuki doesn't have her mother, so his behavior can be linked to grief and depression over the loss of his wife, maybe. That's a possibility. And important point here, does she have her mother? She never mentions her mother, but that doesn't mean she doesn't have her mother. You know, Natsuki's mother could very well be in the picture still. We don't know that either. That's not established in canon. Natsuki never makes a reference to her, but she might still be around. Who knows? I haven't... I'm trying to think. I have not seen a mod in which Natsuki's mother is still in the picture. Maybe I should write that mod. Yeah, I'll give it some thought. Can Act 1 Datsuki is really flawed but well-meaning. Act 2 Datsuki is more abusive, mean, but not pure evil. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Because that has happened before. Parents lose their partner, which can lead to depression, possibly an addiction to alcohol as a temporary solution of the pain they feel inside. Yep. All valid interpretations, absolutely. Okay, moving on. So Ceres should be different because last time around she was in the love state, but now she's gonna like it probably. Ooh, I like this one, Tormuse. It has some nice feelings in it. Oh, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Well, I mean, you know, for some people that kind of is. I mean... we got the dot Papa poem true. Oh, okay, there you go. Okay. Anyway, yeah. I mean, depending on your interpretation, like some people like doing a literary analysis and look for symbolism and metaphors and stuff. But at the end of the day, any piece of media should make its audience feel something. So, hey, if it makes it feel something good. Whatever works for you, right? Anyway, moving on. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. That's interesting that you say that. It's uncharacteristically astute of MC. Oh yeah, that was another thing I wanted to mention. In the scene with Natsuki, MC's nice and polite with Natsuki. Unlike when he deals with Sayori, when he's like constantly calling her idiot or dummy and so on. He's a lot more diplomatic when dealing with Yuri and Natsuki than he is with Sayori. Anyway, moving on. That's just an observation. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Foreshadowing. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. And yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes like when you're feeling down, like you want something sad. Sometimes, sometimes you want something that makes you cry. Like there's some catharsis in letting those emotions out. So I see it anyway. Yeah, there are some differing schools of thought on that. I have difficulty with I shouldn't say I have difficulty with things that have sad endings or downer endings, but I think I generally prefer the happier endings. Although I don't know. I don't know. I'm with Sayori in this one. I think I like happy the most, but sometimes something sad is can be good. Anyway, so Natsuki's thoughts on MC poems if he writes it for either one of them are positive. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. It is. Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Tormuse. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? And it's the Bottles poem again. So you just continue, and then the rest of this should be... Holy crap. Yeah, the rest of this should be identical. So now on to Natsuki, and she should have different things to say. She's embarrassed because this poem is good. Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now, she must have read it more than once. Is it that bad? No, it's not. It's good. It's really good, okay? There, I said it. This wasn't supposed to happen at all. Why can't you just be bad at this? My poems are supposed to impress you, not the other way around. You're trying to impress me? Obviously, you think I'd let you enjoy Yuri's writing more than mine? She still has that rivalry going with her. Give me a break. Well, in that case, what's the problem with me trying to impress you? I'll tell you, you... Huh? Natsuki's face freezes, like she's just realized something. You're trying to impress me? Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poem one more time. Then the poem slips out of her hands and flutters to the floor. I have to use the bathroom. Red-faced, Natsuki quickly walks out of the room. Sayori's just so effing adorable. Yeah, true. This is true. Yeah, that was another thing I wanted to comment on in the previous episode we did. Like, Sayori trying to help out in the argument between Yuri and Natsuki is her. I should have commented at the time when it was fresh in people's minds, but it's she's really awkward about it. Like, she's like you get the sense that like she wants to help, but she's not sure how, and it just comes off a little off. I think everybody knows somebody like that who's well-meaning, but I don't know, comes off a little awkwardly. Anyway, Sayori is such a top-tier character with a lot of players, who is unfortunately flanderized a fair bit in FanCon as just wholesome, innocent, depressed girl who's a bit dumb. Yeah. Just a child at heart. Yeah. I'm trying to write around that in my own current mod. I tried to I tried to play on that in Sayori Says No to Suicide, and I'm trying to play on that some more in the current mod, the Psionica mod, which is called Turquoise, or is going to be called Turquoise. Because yeah, again, like as much as she acts like silly and happy-go-lucky and stuff, like she is smarter than she lets on, and I don't know, I'm rambling here. I should move on. Sorry. Yeah, Natsuki getting embarrassed that someone might think highly of her. Which is interesting. Like she acts so insecure and so defensive if anyone gives her the slightest criticism or anything, but as soon as someone indicates that they're fond of her, like she doesn't know how to handle it, a lot of analysis can be done about that. Oh, by the way, notice that none of the chairs are actually connected to the tables. Like you can see, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Hey, Tormuse. Oh yeah, this is interesting. Monica comes to look in the middle of you sharing with Natsuki. Did you do something to Natsuki? I just saw her rush out like that. You didn't do anything terrible, did you? What's this question from Monica is interesting. Like, why would she phrase it like that? No, I just told her that. My voice gets caught in my throat. There's no way I could tell Monica that I'm trying to impress Natsuki. Monica sees the poem lying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She reads through it, her smile not fading from her face. Yeah, she's sure looks like she's smiling there. The expression failed, Dan Salvato. I see. You wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? I mean, not really. In fact, didn't she like your poem a lot the other day too? I'm surprised you know her taste so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Tormuse? There's the breaking the fourth wall there. There's the meta thing. Monica sort of indirectly acknowledging it's a game. Cheating? What do you mean by that? Never mind, I'm just kidding. I didn't understand Monica's joke at all. Anyway, how do you think Natsuki feels about you? Oh, you don't need to answer that. It was just something for you to think about. Hey! Natsuki comes up and snatches the poem out of Monica's hands. Neither of us had noticed her re-enter the room. Did you read this, Monica? Of course, I liked it. You should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know. You have a bad habit of doing that. Eh? But Tormuse wrote this poem. They were supposed to share with everyone, right? Natsuki freezes. She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read. Okay, well, I think Tormuse is done sharing his poem with everyone. It's not like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just going to hold on to this. If you insist. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Never mind. Natsuki. This little interplay here is kind of interesting, actually. The original game has very little, in fact, it has almost no interaction between Monica and Natsuki. Like, the only interaction you see is... You get the definite feeling Monica likes making fun of Natsuki. Like, is the bit where she makes fun of the poem that she found that Natsuki wrote, and there's Monica makes a comment about Natsuki, you have a big mouth for someone who keeps the manga collection in the closet. And then there's this, and other than that, there's barely any interaction between them. So it's interesting. It's yeah, I don't know. It's just sort of an unexplored angle in there. Like, it makes me kind of curious to know what the side story between Monica and Natsuki would be. Because Natsuki does remark a couple times that Monica liked her poem. At least she does in Act 2, I think. But yeah. What am I getting at here? Because I love her mischievous, cunning, slides. She plans to benefit herself, but in ways that are relatively harmless or have benefits for others as well. Yeah, pretty much. That's a good summary, I think, of her story. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Natsuki, I'll give you the poem, but that's still not very fair to Yuri. She hasn't gotten to read it yet. So what? Well, I guess Tormuse is right, Natsuki. It's not fair if you don't let everyone finish reading it. Yeah. I believe this dialogue plays out differently if you've already showed it to everyone and you showed it to Natsuki last. There are some subtle variations in this. Anyway, moving on. Fine. Natsuki returns my poem. It's not like she's going to like it, though. Anyway, read my poem now. And no, I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy. And it's Amy Likes Spiders again. You've already read that before. So the rest of it you can just skip. Oh, hey. There's new stuff here. Hold on. There's just like others liking weird things. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure other people can too. You know, I'm glad that you can appreciate this kind of writing. I mean, I know I was talking about that yesterday, but I've been enjoying sharing my writing with you, so consider yourself lucky, okay? Well, thanks for being honest. What's that supposed to mean? I'm always honest. Jeez. Just look forward to tomorrow too, okay? Alright, I will. Yeah. Yeah, she's just continually grumpy in appearance. Yuri's gonna hate this poem. Uh-oh. Are you still mad at me? Yeah, okay, let's skip this. This is the same thing as before. Yep. Yeah, she wants to be left alone. Oh well, we'll see Yuri's poems when I do her route after this. Anyway. Hi again, Tormuse. That was kind of a silly with Natsuki earlier, wasn't it? I'm glad the two of you have been getting along so well. That's one way of putting it. After the beating that he got. Yeah, oh, fun fact, like, this bit right here got some revision when Dan Salvato made the update to version 1.1.1. In the previous version, like, if you did Natsuki's route and you showed Natsuki the poem before showing to Monika, it actually skipped over Monika. Like saying, oh, I guess since we already because Monika looked at his poem in the during the Natsuki scene, so it got a little bit of revision in the later version. Anyway, moving on. That's one way of putting it. Anyway, I already read your poem, but you can go ahead and read mine now. Yeah, this line was not in version 1.1.10. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me, and that's all the it's the same as before. It's even more abstract than your last one. Hey, there's a new dialogue here. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space in the paper. Choosing where and how you space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. This is the same. It's almost like magic. Yeah, this is the same dialogue as before. So yeah. Conversation with the reader. It's about something. Don't forget to save your game. She's breaking the fourth wall again. Okay. Okay, everyone. We're all done. Why do I not have the skip option? Why don't I have the skip option here? This is yeah, this is the boring part. This is the bit that even Dan Salvato doesn't like. Yeah, so I'm just gonna try breezing through this. Hold on. Let's auto forward time down to 0. Auto. Oh. Aw, man. Okay, well, I mean, it used to be that the auto forward. Okay, I'm gonna save it just in case I like accidentally skip something actually important. But yeah, it used to be in the Renpai version, hitting the auto button, like with the auto time at the bottom, makes it go almost as fast as the skip feature. Dan, why are you making us go through this again? Why must you torture us, Dan? Like this is the bit, yeah. This is the bit that yeah, like nothing really happens here. It's just character establishing stuff, and we've kind of it's kind of character stuff that we've already established. So like there isn't a whole lot to it. It's just they're just presenting each of their individual poems, and it's reestablishing the fact that you know you know, Yuri's, you know, has, you know, all this stuff going on in her head that she doesn't let out very often, and Sayori's being, you know, being a little silly, but she's doing like bittersweet stuff, and Natsuki's, you know, more playful and cute, but you know, all that good stuff. It's still not letting me skip, even though it's all the same. No, only this, okay, this time she says, let's say one day Natsuki asked to walk home with you instead of Yuri this time, because I went the Natsuki route. So we're going to keep with the theme of going the Natsuki route. I'm going to save it. Keep with the theme of doing the Natsuki route and pick Natsuki this time. I would walk home with Natsuki. Walking home with Natsuki, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, I think I'd be afraid of what she'd do to me if I turned her down. And here he is giving the diplomatic response again. He doesn't want to admit that he wants to. He's just like, this is MC all through this game. He can never state that he wants something. He has to make excuses for it to make it more okay for him to make that choice. He's that's part of, yeah, what's part of what makes him what he is, like a non-character. He's just you know, the one that the audience is supposed to project themselves onto by not having any strong character traits. Anyway, moving on. Isn't she so cute and fun to be around? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Haha, you admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? And this line is kind of telling. This is that line that feeds the fan theory that she really did just get MC into the club because she's planning to kill herself, and she doesn't want to leave him without any friends. She doesn't want to leave him all alone. Before you won't need me anymore. Because your cat says, I like how each girl has an instrument or a few associated with them. Yeah, how that comes back in the soundtrack for this side. Oh, really? Oh, cool. That's cool. I like that idea. Anyway, moving on. Need you? Sayori? I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. Conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? And let's see if we can get another Natsuki poem going on here. Okay. Special, I think special. Oh, headphones. There you go. Headphones. Silly. Oh, darn it. Silly got me again. I can do this. Boop. I think clumsy Sayori. Giggle? Pure? Vanilla? You know, to go with her cupcakes? Sweet. Oh, darn it. I was thinking sweet as in sweets, but okay. I can do this. Going for perfect Natsuki poem here. Hair. Doki Doki. Boop. Email. Yeah, most of these are Sayori words. Is cheer? I think cheers Sayori as well. What, music? Ah, darn it. I don't think it mattered for that one. Pout. Giggle. Vanilla. Kawaii. Sticky. Sugar. I think all of these are either Sayori or Yuri. Darn it. Why am I getting so many that have no, that don't have any Natsuki words? Giggle. Darn it, silly got me again. Twirl. Hair. Anger. Not sweet. I'm not gonna fall for that again. But none of those are Natsuki words anyway. Sorry, I want to get through this quickly. None of these are Natsuki words. Not falling for sweet again. Ribbon? Nipple. Pouch. Hair. Kawaii. Pink. Spinning? Twirl. Beauty, maybe? Ah, darn it. Puppy. Pout. This is the last time I'm going to try to get a full 20-word thing. Like if this doesn't give me another achievement, then there's no point in doing it anymore. Anime. Poof. Hop. Email. Milk. Sticky. Chocolate. Okay, you're making good progress. Halfway there. Not falling for silly again. Journey vacation. Mouse. Pink. Papa. Anger. Ribbon. Parfait. This? Ah, darn it. Okay, if you cut yourself one time, smooth the pages, but I don't need to see them every time. There's a run. Yeah. Yep, I know what you're probably referring to. Sugar. It's possible this is a total waste of my time trying to trying to get 3 perfect Natsuki poems. Kiss. It keeps doing this. Keeps like failing to provide any any Natsuki words. Party? Ah, darn it! I wasn't sure. Lipstick, skirt, pout, flower. Dream? Poof. Feather? Oh, darn. Wasn't sure about feather. But yeah, it can still get me with, like, being uncertain about some words that even after all this time. Whisper? Huh. Bunny. Rose? Sorry, folks. Yeah, the RNG really is not favoring me here. Did it again. Look, no Noski words. Shopping. Socks. Music? Ah, darn it. Okay, this is ridiculous. Probably made a poor choice in trying to do this with Noski. Apparently, it looks like she has the fewest words or something. That might actually be true. Just judging by like how frequently it comes up that she doesn't have any words here. There he does it again. Like these are all. Whoops. Oops. Cheapies are cute. That's correct. Yeah, this is probably gonna. Excuse you. This is probably gonna get even more tedious when I have to do this for the special poems in Act 2. So I don't envy you your position, chemistry cat. No. You're doing it again. You're doing it again, game. Oh wait, strawberry. There you go. Cute. Poof. Papa. Pop. Anger. Boop. Spinning. Bunny. Yeah. I think these are all, again, these are all Yeah, I was gonna say, oops, that's a Yuri word. What am I doing? This reminds me that there's a mod, Doki Doki Rewind Replay by Kronos. It takes the poem minigame, and it actually makes a Mad Lib thing out of it, where it actually the mod reprograms the word choices so they aren't completely random. Like it organizes like all the adjectives together, all the nouns together, all the verbs together, so that so those words can be inserted into an actual poem. And so yeah, so there's so you can actually see the poem that MC writes. It's really neat. This game is absolutely refusing to give me the 20 Nosky words here. They're none even right from the first one. Should I give up on this? Am I being foolish? Sticky, socks, email, swimsuit, lollipop. And then none of them. Sparkle maybe? No, Sparkle's Sari. Twirl, hop, kitty, sticky. I think. Okay, you know what? Here, last try. I don't care. I give up. I'm just gonna. Even as I say that, there are no Nosky words right from the get-go. Yeah, the RNG hates me today. It's probably because I acknowledge the RNG. Spinning, giggle, pink, parfait. And look at that. There are no Nosky words. Or I think flying is Sari. Oh wait, sugar. There you go. Fireflies. Okay, whatever. I give up. Try it another time. I'll just try to get the 20-word thing with Yuri when she comes around. I just wanted to know if there's an achievement for it. For getting 3 perfect Nosky poems or 3 perfect Yuri poems or not. I honestly don't know. I suppose I could look it up. I don't want to look up spoilers. It's not how I roll. Poop. Okay, I'm moving on because I've had enough of that. Maybe I'll try again another time. Save it anyway. I'm skipping this. There's the whole Mon-Ika thing, and Sari's depressed, and now Nosky. This time Nosky comes over to talk to us. Hey you, eh? I look up to see Nosky next to me. Are you just gonna sit there and keep staring at nothing? There isn't that much time, so... sorry, I didn't mean to make you worry or anything. It's not like I'm worried. I was just... Nosky glances down at her side. She's holding a volume of manga in her hand. But that is cute, though. She's just... She doesn't, like, I don't know. My initial impression of DDLC is, like, Nosky's just annoying and rude, but, she's just mean all the time, but this is cute. Like she's she's just kind of shyly, you know, doesn't want to admit how eager she is, but like holding the manga, and just like she wants to share it with me. It's like, ah, congrats for what? I didn't do it. I gave up. Anyway, moving on. That's right. Something just came up for a minute. We can get started now. I won't make you wait any longer. Jeez, now you're making me feel like a jerk. Oh, really? Is that a bit of self-awareness, Natsuki? Sorry. Something's bothering you. You can just tell me to leave you alone, and I will. I mean, assuming you didn't feel like talking about it or anything. She practically mumbles that last part. No, I'm probably making it seem like a bigger deal than it is. I've just been thinking about Sayori, that's all. Sayori? Thinking about her? Yeah, she seems pretty down today. She didn't want to admit it to me, so I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh. Natsuki exhales. Well, first of all, you should really work on your phasing. Anyway, you're your best friend, right? Yeah. There's hints that Natsuki's interested in MC, and is like feeling jealous that he is talking about Sayori. Anyway, you're my best friend, right? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Then in that case, I think you should trust her a little more. If she needed you, then you would be the first person she would go to, right? Well, I guess that's true. I mean, some people just have those days. You can't always avoid it. If anything, she probably doesn't want you to worry about her because it's not important. Yeah, it's kind of what she said to me. Maybe it's not right for me to go against her wishes. Exactly. If she needs you to worry about her, then it'll be a lot more obvious. Yeah, I should have thought of that way from the start. Natsuki fiddles with the book she's holding in her hands. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? Aww. Natsuki's jealous. Don't get the wrong idea or anything. We've just been friends for a long time. It's normal to be worried about your friends. I mean, you were worried about me, so... I was not. Jeez, you're fine. Let's just hurry and get started already. Yeah. And then, okay, everyone. And we're into sharing poems. And let's start with Sayori. And she's gonna have different things to say this time. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Natsuki. Yeah, I think last time she said probably Yuri, even though it was for her, but or maybe misremembering. No, wait. Anyway, moving on. What did she say last time? Okay. I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Tormuse. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright, just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now, if you insist. Yay, I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. So yeah, this is a little different from last time when Sayori, she breaks down crying and saying she doesn't deserve being nice to her and so on. Anyway, Natsuki, this part's cute. Let's see. That's freaking adorable. Look at that. Like, this is where you sort of see that like you've gotten past her rough exterior. Like she's stopped being so like so eager to condemn you for everything, and now she's actually excited to see your poem, and it's just I don't know. like this is the kind of moment where I sort of start to see the appeal of the Syndra type, I guess. Like if it kind of makes it feel more like you've earned it after getting through all the other stuff. Anyway, you're certainly enthusiastic today. Of course. You know I like your writing. I'm just surprised. That's the first time she's admitted that. It seemed like you had a lot of trouble admitting that before. Well, of course. I just had to put you in your place a little bit. It's not like I was shy or anything stupid like that. Or jealous. I really wasn't jealous. Just because you happen to be a good writer. That's such a dumb thing to get jealous about. Sorry. Something just flashed at me over here. Did anything happen to the YouTube window here? Is there a notification? It's still recording. It's still broadcasting. Okay, anyway, moving on. Natsuki? What? You're not very confident about your writing, are you? Eh? What are you talking about? My writing's obviously the best. Right? Took me a while to figure out, but I think I finally did. Maybe Natsuki acts so arrogant because she's trying to make up for her own insecurities. Oh, you think? You think, MC? She acts like she's the best, and other people might think that way too. Right? Dormuse, please tell me you like my poems. Oh, a rare moment of vulnerability for Natsuki. I don't care if you hate them. Just please tell me I'm the best. I just really need to hear that from someone. Aww. I know I sound stupid, but there's a reason I never share my poems before this. Natsuki. Because nobody ever takes me seriously. What's the point in sharing my poems if people just laugh and say, that's so cute, just like you, Natsuki? Sometimes I don't want to be cute. Nobody understands that. I try really hard when I write. And the style doesn't matter, the emotions are there. Why can't anyone see that? I just want... Natsuki trails off. Maybe it's because her lips start to quiver. I look down. Her fists are clenched fairly tightly. Hey, Natsuki, if you're not careful, you'll rip your own poem. I gently grab the poem with my own hand until she relaxes her grip on it. I place it flat on the desk and smooth out the wrinkles that she put into it. Don't read it. Before I can pick it back up, Natsuki snatches the poem up from the desk. It's not any good. I know you hate my poems, so you don't have to read this one, okay? But I want you to read it. Why? Because I like your poems. I really do. Why would I judge you for your style? It's not like my own style is anything crazy. I mean, it's true that the first time I read one of your poems, I didn't look much into it, but I know you better now. And it's wrong for Yuri to think your style is more amateur than hers. And Sayori, she always means well, but sometimes she's so focused on simple happiness that she doesn't understand what people really want. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about how hard it is for you. And I'm sorry if I was part of that problem. I understand now. You're not just cute, you're a lot more than that. Natsuki, you're doing it again. And once again, Natsuki clutches her poem a little too hard. She looks down, hiding her eyes from me. I never realized how difficult this was for her. But finally, she forces herself to extend her arms and set her poem on the table. You can read it. Just turn that way. I don't want you to look at my face right now. Okay, I will. Oh, here it is. This is world's sweetest poem. Because you. Tomorrow will be brighter with me around, but when today is dim, I can only look down. My looking is a little more forward because you look at me. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout, but my truest feelings can never come out. My words are a little less empty because you listen to me. When something is above me, I reach for the stars, but when I feel small, I don't get very far. My standing is a little bit taller because you sit with me. I believe in myself with all of my heart, but what do I do when it's torn all apart? My faith is a little bit stronger because you trusted me. My pen always puts my feelings to the test. I'm not a good writer, but my best is my best. My poems are a little bit dearer because you think of me. Because you. It's just, It's like, I don't even have that much fondness for Natsuki, but this is just such a disarmingly sweet little poem. Like, Like, gosh darn. Like, I wouldn't have expected Natsuki to have that kind of effect on me, you know? Like, man. Like this sort of thing helped me appreciate her as a character. In addition to, I mean, some other things too, but those moments when she allows herself to you know, show some vulnerability, it's just unexpectedly disarmingly sweet. It's been a few days. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I was. Yeah. This whole scene right here is just Natsuki being vulnerable for once after trying so hard to push him away. Anyway, moving on. Why are you looking at me like that? If you don't like it, then just say it. I won't get mad. No, it's not that I don't like it. It's just a little surprising to read. Or, I guess I'm not used to hearing such nice things coming from you. Don't just say that, dummy. What do you think the point of writing is? Expressing things that you can't just say. And this here, this is sort of what the summary of Natsuki's character here. Like, she doesn't want to say things out loud. They're like her that's kind of her whole character. All her scenes, like, she thinks things she doesn't want to say, or she contradicts herself a lot, really. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry for missing the point sometimes. I always mean well, and I'm happy that you showed this to me. I liked it. Well, yeah, I'm a pro, so... Natsuki mumbles, completely failing to sound confident like she usually does. Just remember that I can think of these things sometimes too. You know, when you're nice to me, it's meaningful. I'm glad. Sensing Natsuki is satisfied, I start to hand the poem back to her. But as I do so, Natsuki takes my hands and pushes them back away. Her small, soft hands surprise me with their assertion. I don't want it. Eh? Why not? I just don't. Jeez. I realize what Natsuki is doing. Unable to be honest, she's trying to give me the poem in a roundabout way. Well, in that case, I'm going to keep it. Instead of teasing her, I choose to go along with it. Good. If you didn't, I would. Never mind. I'm glad that you want it. Natsuki backpedals on her words and leaves it at that. Despite her best efforts to hide her expression, I can see her faintly smiling to herself. That's all for now, so go put it away before someone sees it, okay? Yeah. I'll go do that. With that, I return to my seat so I can put away Natsuki's poem. And then we're on to Yuri, and Yuri's not going to share anything with me. It's... To look through that specific time of the, I guess she'll change her mind. Yeah, leave her be for now. Yep. There's Monica. She's gonna talk about Natsuki a bit. Hi, Tormuse. I thought, oh, it's okay. Skip this. Or skip the new content. Sticking with the Natsuki style once more, I see. You really like Natsuki, don't you? Eh? That's... Oh, come on, Tormuse. It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the club room every day. Pretending to like the manga that she's into? You know how Natsuki is. If I don't indulge her, she'll end up hating me. There he goes again. He's like, he has to make excuses for everything. He can't just say he likes her. Anyway. Eh? No, I think you're misunderstanding, Tormuse. It's not like Natsuki just hates anyone who doesn't give her what she wants. Yeah, she's assertive, but she's not that selfish. In fact, I think you're the only one who's indulged her as much as you have. Is that so? kind of knew that, but I didn't want to just admit it. So, I just needed to ask one thing of you. Be careful, please. Natsuki is kind of unpredictable. A lot of times, she doesn't even know what she wants. After all, she's the youngest one here. She may not know how to handle her own feelings properly. What I'm saying is, if something bad happens, then it could end up damaging the club, too. And you wouldn't do that to me, right? That's a little ominous. Also, the youngest one here. That's, that doesn't line up with Dan's assertion that they're all 18. That's the second time it's been acknowledged that Natsuki's the youngest one here. Oh well. Anyway. I'm not sure how to respond to Monika. While I care about her and the club, it's also kind of unfair to bring that up. It is unfair. It is a little odd that she would say that. Why would Monika put all this on him? That like blaming him if something goes wrong. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. Well, you're smart. I'm sure you'll do the right thing. Monika smiles sweetly. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, right? And it's, you know, I feel like learning. Okay, this is the same thing. Yeah, this is the same that. Same dialogue as before. You know what? You know what I noticed? Dan Salvato cut out the Shel Silverstein reference. I wonder why. In the previous version, in vanilla DDLC before like the non-DDLC plus version, one of the these scenes in if you're going the Natsuki route, Monika makes a comment about Shel Silverstein, who I had to look up, and he's the author of Where the Sidewalk Ends, which is a book of poems, and they're quote unquote kids poetry. There's good stuff. There's some stuff out of my childhood. Like when I was playing this, I didn't recognize the name of Shel Silverstein. I looked it up. I was like, oh yeah, that guy, that book. That's cool, because that's something like out of my childhood. So it was a good book. There's some good poems in there. But yeah, she talks about his style of poetry being, seemingly really simple, but it still carries a lot of weight, and she compares that to Natsuki's style of writing poetry. Yeah, and if you look at Monika's Twitter, she makes a reference to it there too. There's a post about Shel Silverstein's book from a few years ago. So yeah, I think it was it was the Hug of War poem. I think that was the reference. But anyway, yeah. Hey, I'm actually a little disappointed that the Shel Silverstein reference was cut out of there. I was looking forward to it. I was going to comment on it. Oh well, I commented on it now. Anyway, moving on. This is same as before. Is it gonna let me skip this? It's not letting me skip it. Okay, whatever. I guess it's a lot of tapping the enter key a lot, or spacebar. Tapping some key. Can I? No? Okay. Oh well. Anyway, but yeah, so this dialogue here is identical to the first time around, going the Sayori route, and again, it neatly highlights how awkward this is. That Dan had to structure it so that it works no matter what route you take. Like after having that super vulnerable scene with Natsuki, she's back to her default self again. I'm gonna save it just in case. Yeah, weekend with Natsu coming up. do. Of course, very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. And of course, I'm going to go with. Oh, I'm going to save it. Go with Natsuki. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. And you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people. Don't worry, baking's a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree. Eh? Just a minute ago you were saying that. That's because. Never mind, okay? Well, anyway, you'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm used to it after all. That sounded a little passive-aggressive. Yeah, and so, I mean, I suppose it does make sense in a way for Natsuki to revert because she's always putting on a front for other people, even if she's a little vulnerable in front of MC. Anyway. That's good. Even though Yuri's being melodramatic, it's a little hard to not feel bad. So that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about? No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Yes! Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome. I don't think that really counts. What about you, Charmuse? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? She's still sulking. Natsuki starts pouting too. It's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might not be just that. I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general, having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help. That doesn't mean... Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Look, Natsuki goes over and puts her hands down on Yuri's shoulders. The first time I read this, I was like, puts her hands down on Yuri's shoulders? I didn't get it, but I realized people are supposed to be sitting down right now. Even though it isn't... It doesn't actually explicitly say that they're sitting down. I guess we're just supposed to assume it. Oh well, anyway. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here. Oh. And you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too, but you're going to make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way that people feel during performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction. You didn't really mean that, did you? Not really. But Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things? But I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Yes, this is where it's trying to tie things back to Sayori again. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori would always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. And all of us are going to make it a really great event. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so... Fair enough, there's nothing wrong with that. Such as Natsuki might not be my favorite, but the baking with her is something I enjoy in the game. Cool. Okay. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Yuri out the door as they chat between each other. Where are you going? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized that you didn't even have a way to contact me. She's misusing the word literally, because that's part of her character. I mean, by the original definition, the definition of the word literally seems to have been forgotten by general society, but it means by the true meaning of the word. The word literally is supposed to differentiate between when you're using a figure of speech or not. If someone says it's raining cats and dogs, you assume that's not literally. If they said it's literally raining cats and dogs, you expect to see cats and dogs falling out of the sky, because that's what the word literally means. Anyway, moving on. So, but yeah, in this context, you literally would have gotten home, like what, as opposed to the figure of speech gotten home? Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's because gotten home isn't a figure of speech. It's just, you're misusing the word literally. Anyway, I'm rambling. Moving on. Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Jeez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Natsuki gives me her number. Okay, I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients. Wait, you're coming to my house? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would be going to your house. Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over my house. My dad would kill me. Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me. Yeah, how do you think I feel? Can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just need to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. Yeah, that's another rare reference to Natsuki's dad. Yeah. But we've kind of already established that she isn't generally isn't honest about a lot of things, so like how much truth is in this, who knows. Anyway, that's all I need from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. Alright, fine by me. Yeah. I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much, so you better look forward to it. Oh? Didn't you say you were just going to give me the dirty work? Well, I was just saying that. It's not like I could act like in front of everyone that I was looking forward to this. Wait, really? Well, kind of. Yeah. See, like, this is the... Again, this is like where it gets a little weird that her character reverts. Because this, after that big vulnerable moment, like, the fact that she's looking forward to it shouldn't be that much of a surprise, right? Oh well. Well, kind of, just because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is, so, alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Never mind. I wonder what was she going to say there? What was that? Little, never mind. I honestly wonder about that, because it's interesting that those 3 lines are added there. Like, what was she going to say? Oh well. Can't believe this. Natsuki is going to be coming over to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me she's just looking forward to it. This is copy paste. It's the same as with Yuri. It's not giving the skip option though. Okay, now the skip option's here. Yeah. Been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. Okay. This is different because it has to have, say, Natsuki instead of Yuri. Keep telling myself she's to be nervous, doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different. She's doing this. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. This is just to contrast with on Yuri's side of it. It said she's been texting occasionally. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into a conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emoji and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, and then it's back to Sayori, and we should be able to skip this. Should be able to skip all the way to Natsuki showing up, then we can do all that. I spend only a few minutes back at home anxiously waiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know that she's outside the front door. Without delay, I open the front door to let her in. Sap. There's her casual outfit. Hey. I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. Yeah, there's a little cat on her shirt. There's yeah, she's got a cat in her shirt, and there are a couple of indicators that she likes cats. Wasn't there a reference to a cat somewhere else? I'm trying to remember. I mean, kitty is one of her words, but then again, so is puppy and mouse. Anyway, moving on. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison. Jeez, don't make it feel awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in. I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki is carrying a large bag that's probably full of baking supplies. Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find out that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked you to, right? Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home. Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part. Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that, but rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she's a little different outside of school after all? This line here is kind of shows MC's denseness that he would say this right after Sayori's depression scene. Like right after learning that Sayori's hidden her depression for her whole life. That, yes, people are different from the way they seem. Oh well, anyway. Anyway, let's go to the kitchen. What? You're not even gonna offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, Tormuse? Come on, since when did I need to be a gentleman? You grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me. This is ridiculously heavy. I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed? I see now. Yeah, I'm impressed, Natsuki. Seems like I always underestimate you. It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk. Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey. Your size has nothing to do with it. You really hate being small that much? Yeah, incidentally, this is, yeah, Natsuki, there are a few references to Natsuki being stronger than she looks. So there's some modding material there. Yeah, bring up rewind replay. I hear that I hear that there are plans to explore that a little too. Anyway, moving on. Do you really hate being small that much? It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. You know, what was she going to say there? What's this but? She's, I get the feeling she does feel embarrassed about her size. We're getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What? That's a bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that. Hey, now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know? Just because I don't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like... This is... No, here's the line that launched 1,000 ships. Natsuki just said that she thinks Yuri is sexy. How about that? That's, It's like, Natsuki, your gay is showing. Just joking. But seriously, I mean, it's played off like, again, Natsuki has her insecurities about her appearance, and that probably feeds into her conflict with Yuri. You know, like, the comment about Yuri's boobs, it wasn't just trying to belittle Yuri. Is Natsuki expressing her own insecurities about her, you know, about her own body, and you know, comparing it to other people around her. So yeah, to some degree, I think she's embarrassed about her appearance and how it compares to Yuri, but the fact that she called Yuri sexy is kind of Natsuki, what are you saying here? Oh well. Anyway, moving right along. Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. Natsuki, forget it. I didn't say anything. I should apologize. I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, If that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours. Well, I mean, excuse me. I mean, true, but I mean, I don't know. My personal philosophy. I think everyone's beautiful. I think you know, different people are beautiful to different people. Everyone has their own likes, their own opinions, different preferences. Like for instance, like everyone has a different favorite celebrity. Only, I mean, you know, it's for example, like. Anyway, I'm rambling, but I do think there's someone for everyone, basically. It's self-defeating to think of yourself as unattractive, because there are people who think you're attractive. So anyway, moving on. How would you know that? Anyway, just trust me on this one. Gross. Hey, was that to me? Who else? Man, let's just get started already. You get all sour when a girl calls you gross? I finally found your weakness, Tormuse. Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. She's satisfied enough for now, finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. There he goes, rationalizing his actions again. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Jeremy's, where'd you put the food coloring? The batter's going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays. I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for? To color the batter, of course. Making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite. Ah, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing? Do you want to? You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can you at least try to have fun? I'm having fun. Not really sure what Natsuki's trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls, put a few drops of food coloring into each. Ah, that does look pretty cool. See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if just looking at it makes everyone's eyes lighten up. Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. Yeah, interesting that it specifies Sayori and Monika's and not Yuri's. It's one of those things you don't notice on first reading, but yeah, Yuri was not present when the cupcakes were presented. Because Yuri was out preparing the tea. So I mean, I played on that in my mod Storm from Yuri's point of view, but yeah, Yuri never got any cupcakes. How sad. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah, maybe I will use the food coloring then. Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring. Yeah, it's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with the whisk and a huge bowl for the icing. The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Oh, yeah, it'll just take a little longer. Jeez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk for me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing is already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing, eh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger toward the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next. I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. Ah! The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Gross! Got it on my face! Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. So just from what you've said about your seagull, Yuri will see Natsuki's cupcakes. I actually do plan to have a baking scene with them, with Yuri and Natsuki baking together. It'll be adorable. It's, yeah, part of the plans. Anyway, moving on. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Jeez. You know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger toward my own face. You wish. I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. This CG, it just, that just looks so wrong. I mean, I don't even know if the context makes it even any better. Taken out of context, it does look like, what the heck? Why is he grabbing both her wrists and pinning her against the wall? Like, what is going on here? I remember the GT Live. The GT Live, because I watched a lot of LPs of DDLC. The GT Live run through. Stephanie walked out of the room at the start of the scene. When she came back, she's like, she walked in on this scene and was like, "What the heck is going on?" Oh dear. Stop. Yeah, and the fact that she's saying stop also makes it, gives it some, it also gives us an edge of dubious consent. If he's like restraining her. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine. Sorry for calling you gross. Yeah. See if MC and Natsuki would have been so creepy if I did in my draft. Well, I mean, you said that like was it MC's uncle or Natsuki's? It was Natsuki's uncle, right? Was in the scene, right? You mentioned that the other day. Anyway, moving on. Sorry for calling you gross. You know I didn't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking off the icing. Oh boy. It's one of those things that's I think it's supposed to be steamy, but as it is, with him like pinning her against the wall and her saying stop, this rubs me the wrong way. It just feels uncomfortable. It's yeah, this is kind of creepy. Anyway, moving on. What? Did you seriously just Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red. Darmuse, you really shouldn't do that kind of thing to girls, unless you really like them. Brit MC's like, oh, okay. But yeah, unless you really like them, or at all. Like, you probably shouldn't do that at all. I mean, unless it's very clear that it's, you know, mutually and. I'm sorry, like, licking the finger of a girl that you only met a few days ago is kind of an off thing to do, like, regardless. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me just like that? How did the mood turn to this so quickly? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. No wonder. You left a dirty tray in here, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now. Yeah. Tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads, but the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing like nothing ever happened. Ah, it smells so good. Cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room. Look at how cute they all look. She proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They look even better once we add the icing. Not like you need to tell me that. I brought the decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that will help make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. Probably won't be using it this time though. What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others. That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that Natsuki has all this equipment in the first place, you know? She must really be into baking. I would think like even like generally fully equipped kitchens probably don't even have all this stuff. Like all the things with the nozzles for spraying icings, that's like something like a professional bakery would have. Anyway, I'm rambling, moving on. It makes stripes or other patterns, but you can also use it to write stuff on a cake, like happy birthday or whatever. Huh, I see. That gives me an idea, actually. Well, it's a literature event, right? We could make it more literature themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It'd be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on a word they like. I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid, but that's actually a really cute idea, so maybe I'm getting it from you. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute. Come on. We're not at school. Nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute. Uh-oh. So it says, regardless, it's not an ideal scene to have between the two characters, so just a cute bonding moment minus the steamy, creepy stuff. Yeah. I was gonna say, like this, that scene between, with MC restraining Natsuki's wrists, it comes across as creepy to me. Like, there are some mods that do it better. I was gonna list some, but you know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna move on. Coming up to 2 hours in the stream, I kind of want to wrap this up. I guess we're not getting to Yuri today. He's not having him shoot the girl since he's a lot older than it. It'll be a parental relationship where you'll have them. Okay. Cool. Anyway, moving on. Well, Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. What? Did she just did she just call him cute? Did you say something? No, nothing. Let's just do the icing. Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens the nozzle onto each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work. Look at how pretty they are together. Yeah, they are, aren't they? Wish I could have one now. Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that. Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite. Sarah is the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, we'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already. And she would still eat dinner. Yeah, there's more hints of Sari's ravenous appetite. Which in itself sort of makes it a little alarming that Sari says she has difficulty eating due to her depression. How much would she eat otherwise? Although I mean, some people do. I mean, like they're different things for different people. For some people, depression makes it difficult to eat, and other people go the opposite way and they like absolutely binge eat. People like turn to comfort food to help cope with their depression, and some people turn that into an eating disorder. Bulimia, where they like eat a lot and then throw it up afterwards. I actually I've given a lot of thought that it would be an absolutely valid hit. I've said this a few times before that Sayori might be bulimic, because she eats constantly. She could have body image issues which factor into her depression. Like her blazer is always open because she can't get it closed because she's put on a lot of weight because she eats too much. So I don't know. I don't know. I was planning to deal with that in turquoise in my the psionic mod I'm making. So yeah, something to look forward to, I guess. She eats to stop feeling depressed. Yeah, exactly. It's a comfort food thing. Anyway, moving on. Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we would have time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner. Already? Yeah, and there's another rare reference to her dad. Dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can, which is a curious thing. It's a little. Anyway, moving on. Already? That's a shame. It's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. Sound like you'll always have this chance. Man, as usual. Natsuki places the blame on me. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sarah each carry some, you can probably do it in one trip. Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any. Wish she would listen to me the way she listens to you. This is interesting too. Like this line right here sort of informs a bit about the relationship between Sayori and Natsuki. There's so little like inter-Doki interactions in the original. That's why I think I find it really interesting. And I went with turquoise. Yeah. That's why I decided as the title, because turquoise is a blue-green color, so Sayori's blue eyes and Monika's green eyes, so it seemed natural. And I checked, there are no mods named turquoise, so it'll be, it's an original name. It's a unique name, which means it makes it easier to search up and because no one else will have that title, and that's the thing. Like it helps make the helps the mod get noticed if it has an unusual name that's unique and helps it be searchable, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, rambling. Moving on. It's probably a sign I'm getting too tired and I need to stop. I'm gonna finish this scene, and then I'm gonna reject Sayori because I didn't do that bit yet. And then I'll wrap things up, and I'll leave tomorrow, I guess, for doing Yuri's route. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. I again think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all. Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today. You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. Feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted? Well, I guess I'll be off then. thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, Natsuki, eh? What you said before about not always having this chance? It doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be, like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere, do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah, I want to spend more time with you. Charmuse, I thought you only cared about getting this done. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I'd really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so... Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki. Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch at the sides of my shirt as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. There's those slightly parted lips again. I mentioned them in the Yuri's room too. Trying to create a parallel between the scenes. Anyway, what is happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breaths against me. I felt it. For a while now. Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Sayori? Eh? Hi, Tormuse. Sayori. Just now, we weren't... It's okay, Tormuse. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, you should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Aw, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well, I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off and Sayori waves goodbye. And the rest of this should be skippable up to the choice. Then I'm gonna save. And okay, so last time I did the I love you option, so this time I'm gonna do the you'll always be my dearest friend option. That line that gets so maligned. But like I said before, neither option is a good option. They're both like, and I don't mean that. I don't even mean that on a meta level. Like, I mean, we know, like, anyone who's played this before knows, or anyone who's tried both options, I guess, knows that she's gonna die no matter what. Has music sessions. Oh yeah. I mean, I glanced at them. It's just it's a bit early for me to look into music options at the moment. But I have the links there. I'll come back to it, Sunder. Thanks for your music suggestions. Anyway, but yeah, yeah, these options are good. She needs professional help. Like, she doesn't need... Why are my notifications going haywire here? I don't know if you can see that. They're creeping into the corner there. Anyway, moving on. You'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best. God damn it, MC, don't say that. And what will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help get things back to the way they were. I see. Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. Is this what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest? I should write a poem about this. Sayori, it's okay. This is just my punishment, remember? For being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path, and that's why I came here, just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right that I just wanted to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Tormuse. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So, Sayori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns around and drops to her knees. Ah! Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I'm so shocked that I don't know how to react. Sayori looks over her shoulder and flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sayori. I'm left helplessly standing in front of the house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more that I could have done. Yes, there is, MC. You could have done the only thing you need to do, like encourage you to get professional help. Like, the fact that she's having this reaction after saying she wants to die is a bit alarming, and there's more you could have done. Oh well, moving on. The most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. He acknowledges it in the same breath. He's acknowledging that he has trouble understanding in the same breath as saying he knows what's best for her. It's like, gosh darn it. Anyway, even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. Yeah, you think? I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I've got. I'm going to give it everything I've got, he says, and then he does nothing. Nothing at all. Like, he doesn't even walk her to school the next day. He doesn't even check on her. Like, he does not do a damn thing. Like... MC, damn you. Anyway, Sayori will always be my dearest friend, and I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. Except the only thing she asks you to do, apparently. Oh, well. It's the day of the festival. So yeah, I guess I'll save it. And, yeah. So that's, yeah, that's enough for this episode. I thought, considering how quickly I breezed through the beginning bits of Natsuki's route yesterday, I thought that I could breeze through the rest of it really quick and then get into Yuri's route, but yeah, I guess that's not happening. I'm gonna have to see that for tomorrow probably, or whenever I get to do this again. Would it unlock another side story? Hey, there you go. Here's Sayori and Natsuki together. That's neat. Got Sayori and Monica, Sayori and Yuri, Natsuki and Manga. Oh, we got some Manasuki going on. Balance. Interesting. Just seeing the titles is kind of interesting. I can just already imagine what they might end up being about. Any new pictures? That would be that's the Because You poem. That's sweet little poem. And there's Natsuki. There's a second poem for Natsuki. And Natsuki again. She's helped Natsuki her festival preparations. Anything else? Okay, of course, the kitchen background. The protagonist's kitchen. Oh, what's this? Oh, concept art of Natsuki on the chair. Due to the scene's lack of realism and general absurdity, it was a challenge to get Natsuki's angle correct, especially in perspective alignment with the background. Interesting. Had to get some work into that. This thing. Okay. Huh. Cool. Okay. Well, that's enough out of today's session. Yeah, Natsuki. She's yeah, like I said before, like she's initially far and away like my least favorite character, and and while I still think that I don't know, I have trouble putting them in a I don't have trouble putting the Dokis in a tier list these days. Like I don't know, I don't know about favorites. I see that they all have their moments. They all have their qualities that you know, make them appealing in some ways. I mean, I kind of have to be able to find Natsuki's appeal because I'm you know, got a mod in which is featuring the romance between Yuri and Natsuki, so I have to ask myself, you know, like, what does Yuri see in Natsuki, and you know, and try to bring that out. You know, still try to keep her true to her character and her established personality, but oh, Llama a fishy, a day of festival, yay! Yeah, sorry, not doing that today. Maybe tomorrow, or whenever I do next stream. I seem to be doing these daily lately, so I guess I'll keep up with that. But yeah, festival day is going to have to wait. And I still want to do Yuri's route first because I want to. I mean, technically, I mean, if I was just trying to do the good ending, I could just launch right into Act 2 right now. But I do want to unlock all the content. So yeah, I'm gonna do Yuri's route. But I should be able to get through that reasonably quickly, I think. Especially since I'll be able to skip the weekend scene because I already did that when I was doing Sayori's route. So, yeah. Anyway, that's probably enough rambling out of me for today. So.